Hello. I'm doing my research paper on Vladimir Putin and how he came into power. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't really know much about Russian politics or Russia in general. So the only thing I really do know about Russian politics is Putin. And so anything I really know really involves him. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a little research on him and see what his life is like and how he came into power and how he became the person he is today. So again, my research paper and this presentation is all going to be about Putin and how he came into power. His early life history. Vladimir Putin was born on October 7th, 1952. He was born in Leningrad, Russia, and over the years that has changed. That is no longer the name of the place. It is now called St. Petersburg. As a child, when he was growing up in grammar school, all the way up to high school, he had an interest in sports, and that's what he did. He played sports as a kid. And then when he grew up and went to college, he went to Leningrad State University. And at that time, when he went there, it was called Leningrad State University. And just like the name of the place, St. Petersburg, the college also changed the name to St. Petersburg as well. When he was at Leningrad State University, he earned a law degree there. The KGB. Vladimir Putin was recruited to the KGB right after he graduated college. So he went to college, got a law degree, and then he was recruited by the KGB and he joined them. He began his career there in 1975, and when he started his career there, he was an intelligence officer. So Vladimir Putin he really knew a lot of things that were going on in his country of Russia and in other countries all across the world. He knew really a lot of security details and inner security stuff that not a lot of people know he knew about. In 1991, he decided to retire from the KGB, and as he did that, he was at the rank of colonel. So he worked there for about 16 years and worked his way up all the way to colonel. During his time in the KGB, Putin did some questionable things that many people are not happy about. And the reason they're not happy about it is because he's president there. And during his time, he did some things that weren't great that we'll get into later. And it really put people, for lack of a better word, on edge, I guess you could say. Life and politics. Before Vladimir Putin became president, he had his own. He worked his way into politics. Like I said, he retired from the KGB in 1991, and in 1991, that's when he started his career in politics. In 1998, he joined the former president Boris Yeltsin's administration, and he worked in his administration doing different things, like not working for security, but he was like a head. He was the top guy in security, intelligence, and things of that nature. In 1999, he became the prime minister of Russia, and then eventually he became president. But before he became president, the reason was how he became president was President Yeltsin resigned and picked him to replace him. How Putin became president. Just like I was talking about, Yeltsin resigned in 1999, and in December of 1999, and he picked Putin to replace him until the 2000 election. After the 2000 election, Putin ran again, and he won. So he was picked to become president in 1999, and then was elected by the people in 2000. The reason the president selected Putin to take its place was because Putin was in the KBG, and he knew that he could keep his family and himself, his family, and all the Russian elites safe and out of harm's way because he was in the KBG and just knew a lot of things, like how to keep people safe and a lot of security details and things of that nature. So he knew that he was right for the job. What has Putin done in his time as president? Since his time as president, Putin's relationship with the KBG has not faded. what I mean by that is, how, as I mentioned earlier, how I would I would talk about it, the questionable things he did with the KGB, and these are one of the things. When he was president, he approved a bombing, and they said he could have possibly even orchestrated it, but he approved a bombing that was in Moscow, and they blew up 2 apartment buildings that hurt people of Russia. Like, the citizens of Russia were hurt and killed in it. And that was like one of the things why in the KGB, his relationship with them has never faded. So people don't like that. Because of these certain decisions being made by Putin, people do live in fear there. As I said, innocent people in Russia got bombed for no reason, just for him to prove a point, I guess you could say. And that's why people live in fear there. Putin is known to have a lot of control over the people in Russia, as you could probably see with what he did with the KGB. But it's not as much control as he used to have. He used to have way more. And one of the things he's trying to do now is to like come up with the rule that he can still become president longer than he's supposed to. Would Russia be better without Putin? It's hard to say, because he's been there for so long, and so many things have happened throughout the history of Russia to say, would it be better without him? I thought this answer was going to be completely different. So before I say that, let me say I thought it was going to be way different. But then when I started thinking about it, I saw why this made more and more sense. It definitely wouldn't be the same. It definitely wouldn't be the same if Putin was there, because someone else would have made different decisions and done different things. But it's hard to say if it would have been better, because you don't know who would have took his place, or what decisions they would have made, and how it would have impacted their economy or the people there, or other countries if they would have went to war, anything like that. Putin has definitely made some decisions there that people haven't liked, but you can't say he's single-handedly to blame with all the things that have happened to Russia throughout their history, because that's just not fair. It definitely would be different if someone else was in charge, but it's hard to say if it would be better, because you don't really know. This is my works cited, and then I also used some of the works cited that I used in my research paper as well. So thank you.